And y'all, welcome to Game Day with Trey. I'm Trey. This is my son Tristan.
Hey guys.
And today we will be covering a slew of topics that I'm sure every single one of you guys will definitely be interested in, especially after the predictions that I had from yesterday. All right. So for today, I'm gonna let my son start off, man. What's the first topic?
So the first topic of the day is Portland. Should they keep or trade that third pick?
Now, that is a tricky question. And the reason I'm saying that's a tricky question is because of the fact that if I'm Portland, I honestly am thinking about just trading Dame. The third pick is not going to get me much back. Okay, I trade the third pick. They're not going to give me the superstar veteran that I'm looking for. Okay, now if I package up that third pick with what's the center they got there? Nurkic. Okay, if I package that with Nurkic and something else, then or Anthony Simmons, I could quite possibly leverage myself to get a superstar, which is what Dame needs. But in all honesty, I think the best thing for Dame is to say, you know what? I love you guys enough to tell you to just keep the pick and go ahead and trade me and get some assets back.
I agree with that statement. I very much do agree with that statement. But Portland is thinking about trading that pick and building around Dame and that pick. Or the person they trade.
So what you gonna get back? I mean, let's be clear, everybody. Okay, the number one opportunity for Dame Lillard is to actually try to go to a team like Miami and work with Jimmy Butler or something like that, or maybe even go to Philly, and try something like that. But at the end of the day, the assets that Philly would have to give up, I'm really not seeing them sacrificing all that, first and foremost. And then on top of them not sacrificing all that, I don't think it turns them into a contender. Like, what are you gonna get back from Philly for the third pick? They're not giving you Embiid, all right? There's nobody around the league that's going to give you the type of player that you honestly need in order to get where you're trying to go. I mean, because at the end of the day, Dame wants a chip, man.
At best, I see them getting a Pascal Siakam or DeAndre Ayton.
Okay.
If Boston feels a need to move Jaylen Brown, or if Jaylen Brown feels like he wants to move, that could potentially, but I don't even see that working.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown and Dame could work. I think Jaylen Brown and Dame could work, man. I honestly feel
like they need a big man.
They got a big man.
But he's not the same since his injury.
Yeah. But, I think Dame could actually play well with a big man. You got to go have an inside-out game these days. If you notice, just over the last, 4 championships going all the way back to the bubble. 3 out of the 4 teams that win the championship have an inside-out game. Okay? And we'll start off first and foremost with LA in the bubble. They had the inside-out game. I believe that Toronto was running an inside-out game with Kawhi in the post. So I'll give them credit for that. But we all know what the Bucks were doing, to win their chip. So, yeah.
If I'm Portland, I'm hitting up Washington, and I'm asking for Porzingis, and I think it's the 11th pick they got. Because
no, Orlando has the 11th pick.
What pick did Washington end up getting?
Oh, man, I want to say they got I think you're 1 pick off. That's what I think you're only 1 pick off, because the Magic got the 11th pick.
Yeah,
and Magic I think Washington got the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hitting up Washington asking for Porzingis and that first round pick.
Okay. Well, Porzingis in the first round pick. Porzingis brings you the inside out that you need. He's going to give you 3 and D with some rebounding. He's a 7-footer. All right, you can count on him, although oft injured. Dame, got that tray ball. that could work if you keep the youngins that you got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you don't give up Nurkic, because if you keep Nurkic, then that means you could twin tower it, and you're going to need to get big, considering that the league has been moving back towards the interior game.
They're going to have to deal with Wemby in the West too, so you're going to need big.
Future status, you are going to need big, but you also remember you got to deal with, as of right now, you got to deal with Minnesota Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. Okay, with Cat and Robert Gobert.
Next season, you got to deal with Chet.
Yep, Chet Holmgren will be back, along with what was that? What's the other tall kid that they got out there in OKC? I mean, their whole team is long.
Whole team's long.
I mean, Josh Giddey's what, 6'6", 6'7"?
6'7", I think.
Yeah, something like that. Running the point, you know. Yeah, there's a lot going on out there, you guys. A lot going on. But okay, I like that one. Next thing I'd like to go ahead and talk about, all right, is Kendrick Perkins. So, Kendrick Perkins, hot off the press, just came out and made a statement saying that if he was the Lakers, he would be making a push for Draymond Green. And if he was Draymond Green, he'd be making a push to come to the Lakers. Now, as a Laker fan, I'm really not feeling that. I don't want Draymond. I think he's a good leader. But at the end of the day, we don't need a bodyguard right now. I think that we need more scoring. We need more flexibility. We don't need triple singles. Draymond's a great player. I know that, of course, last night I told y'all he's triple single. But he's triple single Hall of Famer. Okay? And he could bring a lot of intangibles to the game, all right, and to the team. But in my eyes, for me as a Laker, with that up there, nah, man, I'm good on Draymond, man, just because of the fact.
So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say, y'all do need him. Because he is that leader. I feel like he can push AD to that next step. He can push Rui to that next step.
Mm-hmm.
Two people who need that push very much often. Because you can see they're great. AD just had a 40-point night.
But not consistent.
Got killed on the rebound. He's not consistent. He needs that push. He needs that next step. Draymond is that leader. LeBron is that leader. Have them both on the same team. And Draymond has that winning mindset. Has the winning pass.
So basically what you're saying is double down on the defense. Mm-hmm. Because right now, as constituted, the LA Lakers are the second-rated or third-rated defense in the NBA. Okay? Let's everybody just sit down and digest that for a second. Okay? Because we were the laughingstock of the NBA for 50% of the season. I mean, that just shows to the fortitude of the team. Rob Pelinka came together, finally put something together, because, you know, I've been questioning him for a while now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's just not somebody that's consistent for me. I feel like we could be doing a lot better if we had more consistency with who we were signing. I like the Kyrie thing that we're looking at right now, but at the end of the day, that's not going to solve some of the problems that we have. We do need somebody else to pick up some scoring to help LeBron and help AD. But at the end of the day, we also need somebody who's going to be a complete team player, because that's what LA's about. And would Kyrie even be that? Would Draymond?
So looking at it, signing Kyrie gives you a better offense, gives you better scoring, makes your defense worse.
Yeah.
Draymond, he necessarily doesn't make your offense worse, but he does give you a better defense. Mm-hmm. And if you guys have a better defense, and you can shut down another team's offense, then you might not need the greatest offense. You might just need a decent, good offense.
Okay.
Because you're shutting down the opposing offense.
Well, if you look around the league right now, okay, just in the Western Conference, who really are we looking at that we would be having to fear?
Exactly.
Okay, Ja Morant is going to be suspended at the beginning of the season next year.
He might not even be in your conference.
Yeah. You do have the issues that we have had as far as OKC staying healthy, so you always know that they're, even though they got a nice young mob, you don't know what they're gonna do. The Kings are young, too young if you ask me for right now, even though they are the next Golden State. Not sure if Mike Brown's going to be able to take them to that next level. And then also look at what's happening. Like we said the other night, Luka. Like, Luka doesn't have anybody out there. And if Luka continues to ascend the same way that he has and doesn't get a running mate that matches his game, then that'll be another wasted talent, which will open up more opportunity for the Lakers.
I mean, you guys have nobody to fear, but it's always...
I'm not even talking about Phoenix right now. And I'm
always,
just saying that because they fired Monty Williams.
It's always just... I feel like it's always better to have a better defense than offense.
Yes.
And Kyrie is not going to help you at all on that defensive end.
Defense wins championships. And on that, we definitely would have to agree. All right, so... next topic we got right here is...
I have a topic I would like to talk about.
Go ahead.
Came out earlier today in a podcast. DeMar DeRozan said he considered going to the Clippers, joining Kawhi and Paul George. Should he have gone instead of going to Chicago? Would things be different in the Western Conference?
Had he joined Paul George?
And Kawhi.
That's a good one, man. Because at the end of the day, if DeMar DeRozan would have came out to LA, all right, and would have came back home, but would have been a Clipper, they would have had that three-headed monster that they needed the whole time. That three-headed monster that they were looking for, that honestly could have taken over the West, especially with the type of defense that they would play. I mean, you're talking about three of the longest players on the wing / guard position that's actually out there. You would have the biggest backcourt possible. I mean, I don't know, dog. Tristan, I think that would have been championship, because, all right, say you got those three together. Even if Kawhi is not healthy, all right, DeMar is.
DeMar's always
healthy. Okay,
even
PG is almost always healthy, minus major injuries, and he's only had 2 of them. So at the end of the day, yes, I believe that would have been very successful, especially going against Golden State, because that length, along with the athleticism and the ability to shoot the three, they could have been successful. They could have beat Phoenix when Devin Booker and CP3. You know, I think that would have worked. I wish he would have did it.
So do you believe he made a mistake choosing
Chicago? He definitely made a mistake. Definitely. Like, you don't... when you think about your career and you think about long term, when you're thinking NBA and a player of his stature, he is a player that is definitely going to go to the Hall of Fame. Okay, I'm not going to take anything away from him, but he's a player that, had he been paired up with the right system, right team. Not to say that even San Antonio wasn't a good system. That was a great system. It's just Aldridge really didn't show up for him like he needed to. But that's another story, you know. The right situation for him, it could have turned him from just a regular, the run-of-the-mill Hall of Famer, okay, which, who's a run-of-the-mill Hall of Famer, but run-of-the-mill Hall of Famer, and versus somebody that could have been like a Pippen, you know, could have been remembered like a Scottie Pippen. So, yeah.
I have to agree. I very much have to agree. I do believe he made a mistake choosing Chicago.
Major mistake.
Because Chicago proved to be unsuccessful. What were they, a play-in team this year?
Yeah. All right, man. So, let's get on to the next topic. And what we got here. And so, you already covered the Kendrick Perkins, okay, with his statement about what Draymond maybe should do in this offseason. Okay, we're also covered that Portland with what they should do with the pick, and should Dame try to just leverage himself out of there right now. Okay, in my opinion, I think he probably should. I think it would be more beneficial for his career as far as getting to a chip. I don't think that there's possibility for them to get to a chip in the time that he has left to play. I think he's got like 4 years left of good game that he can say that he was a high end contributor to the actual championship. And I don't think Portland can do that in 4 years. I don't think that regardless of what they bring to the table right now, or who you trade for the number 3 pick, you're still not going to get enough to be able to get Dame to where he needs to be in that mighty, mighty West. You know, so let's get to the big dog though, man. What happened last night? Okay, what happened last night with the Heat right there, man? Coming through, covering the 8, not just covering the 8, big 4-6 in the third quarter. All right, Jimmy Bucket's doing what he do. Yeah, Bam, he gave you a soft 23 or something like that, or 20 plus points. That's good. But the thing about that game last night was you had, oh man, the thing about that game last night is you had not just a 46-point barrage in the third quarter, okay, but you also had 6 players for the Heat score 15 points or more, which if you just think about the odds of that even happening, that does not happen in the NBA, especially in the NBA playoffs. Okay, and then when more than half your team is undrafted free agents, then you also don't get that kind of thing happening. So Tristan, what do you feel about last night? What's your take on last night, and do you think it is sustainable?
So, last night is something we've been seeing not all playoffs, but throughout the playoffs. It occasionally happens. You have somebody else like Bam, but somebody who's not Jimmy. So, like somebody like Bam, Kyle Lowry, you have them drop 20 points, and then you have a couple other people on the team show up, give you points, and then you have Jimmy go off, do his thing.
Yeah.
That's been occasionally happening. And then every night in the playoffs, we've been having Jimmy do his thing.
Okay.
So, do I think it's sustainable? Potentially. Because it happens every now and again. There's that potential that it keeps on happening in this series.
Look, there's always that potential that it keeps on happening when you're dealing with Boston versus Miami. I mean, we're talking about a series that, like I told everybody last night, okay, out of the last 13 games they played, it was Boston 7, okay, Miami 6. Whether you look at the over-under, whether you look at the against the spread, or you look at the actual winning percentage, it did not matter. It was the same thing. Okay, now it's split 500. I told you last night that Miami was going to come out and Miami was going to play. I told you last night to take the money with Miami. Okay, there was a reason for that. Jason Tatum, being the individual that he is versus Jaylen Brown being the individual that he is, the more aggressive individual on a consistent basis is Jaylen Brown. Okay, we can all attest to that, right?
Yes.
So since we can all attest to that, and we all understand that Jaylen Brown's the more aggressive individual, if Jaylen Brown comes out and has a bad game, or not even say a bad game, just let's say he takes, like he did last night, 21 to 26 shots, somewhere around there. I think he took like 26 shots last night. So he comes out, takes 26 shots. He's not being very efficient. Jason Tatum doesn't really get the ball in the fourth quarter. I don't think he took one shot in the fourth quarter. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter. Okay. Then you got the fact that Jimmy Buckets is the one playing D on Jason Tatum. Okay. So if you put Jimmy Buckets on Jason Tatum, and somehow, some way, either you can play Bam Adebayo coming off the dunker's position to back up whoever, Max Strus or whoever you slide out there, you know what I mean, to cover him, then you are setting yourself up to be a 46-point third quarter. You're setting yourself up to be a team that can go in Boston at any point in time and lay the wood. Doesn't matter who's out there. Stats show it, numbers show it, analytics show it. There's your eye test shows it. When a team can go out there with without their best player, which Miami has, and beat a team like Boston, that means a team like Boston's not confident. Either they're not confident with what they're doing, or they're taking Miami lightly. And I'm telling you right now, if they continue to take Miami lightly, Miami will take them out. Now, I already called this for a 7-game series. So we're on pace and on par for what I said. Mm-hmm. But, look, I told you, I told everybody last night Boston will win the series. But if Jason Tatum does not step up to be the player that we all know he is, and he even knows he is, then this isn't going to happen. And it will be bubble rematch.
I'm calling it Miami in Game 7, and I'm saying this Boston-Miami series is a must-watch. It's going to be very entertaining, probably the most entertaining of this playoffs so far.
Mm-hmm. I definitely would have to concur.
I'm even going to say it's more entertaining.
Well, hold up.
Even than this current one that's going on, and Game 2 happening tonight.
Man, look, and to get into that real quick, okay? First and foremost, no, it is not more entertaining than... It's only more entertaining because of the compelling story. We're talking about the premier franchise of history from the East, the Boston Celtics, against the bad boy dogs from Miami, and have always played like dogs. Go back to Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning. Go back. I mean, Dan Marley, you go back. That's what Miami does. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, brother, you know...
I say it's the most entertaining because
It's only entertaining because of the fact that it's an underdog.
No, I genuinely feel like this one can go either way. I don't feel like this other one can.
Wow. That is a strong, strong statement from my side. And okay. Well, we will see. We will definitely see. And I'm interested to find out how you feel about this Laker game tonight. Okay, so let's get into some numbers. All right. First and foremost, spread for the game tonight, all right, is Denver -5, okay, with an over-under of 226 points to 228, depending on who you're playing with, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, we're talking about what this series could truly hinge on right now. Who can take control of the home court advantage? Who is the team that wants it more? Because the first team to go ahead and win it and steal one from another team in their home stadium, I believe that's the team that's going to have the edge. And I think that we got a chance, man. Like last game, get Rui out there. You got AD coming off from the side. You put him in the dunker slot covering Aaron Gordon. I mean, even if they counter with Jeff Green and take Aaron Gordon out, then that still advantage us. Now, I don't know how you see it, but I love this series. I think this is the best series we've had in a long time. You got big men out there. They're playing defense. They're running up and down the court. Yes, and they can shoot a little bit. They really aren't shooting a three like the NBA has been shooting a three the last few years, but you got to respect it, okay? And everybody loves to watch a team take it to the rack, and take it to the cup, and you know, do what they do, especially when you got the white Wilt out there, man. I know a lot of people don't agree with what I'm saying right now, but there's only been 3 people to do what this man has done. Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and him. We're talking 34-point triple-double in the playoffs, okay? It ain't been done, but by the name I am calling him. White Wilt, dog. Y'all got to respect it. Anyway, how you feel?
So, This game I'm feeling Denver, but the series I'm feeling LA. I'm feeling Denver takes a 2-0 lead and LA comes back, but I'm also feeling if LA doesn't come back, they get swept.
Now, do you think that tonight will come down to the fact of EKG returning to EKG? Okay, now remember the last 5 games. Let's listen to his stat line. Last game, it was 40 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Then against Golden State, it was 17 points, 20 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a W. Then it was in a loss, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 0 blocks. Then it was 23 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 blocks. And then 25 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 blocks. My question to you is it going to come down to AD being EKG, or is it going to come down to, is LeBron going to keep taking that 3?
I feel like it's going to come down to, is LeBron going to keep taking that 3? And is AD going to be able to get the rebound? They completely cut him out last night. They shut him down off that rebound.
Mm-hmm.
And also, are they going to come out the gun rolling with the Rui on
Yes.
Jokic?
Got to.
They need to.
Got to.
But then, with AD guarding the paint, who's going to guard Aaron Gordon on the 3-point line?
I mean, the AD can stretch out to that 3-point line. Actually, I would prefer that Jokic play in the Karl Malone zone. Okay, I think it was Mike Brown used to call it the Karl Malone zone. So that's the area from the free throw line up to the 3-point line. Okay, so if Jokic is playing in the Karl Malone zone, Aaron Gordon is always going to be sliding on that backside up and down the baseline, coming down to the box, okay, in the dunker's position, and or out there at the 3 in the corner. He will occasionally come around a pick and then cut to the basket as Jokic is coming around to the other side of the free throw line. Okay, and then Jokic will either A, pass him the ball, or B, body the person and come up. Now, he has also hit AD with a spin a couple times, too, at that point, where he'll come, hit it, and then spin around him. You know what I mean? And, the thing about Jokic is this, the thing about Jokic is this, man. If you put a body on him and you don't have the strength to actually muscle him up, then you're going to lose every time. That's why AD has not been successful against him. AD has the length on him as far as the wingspan, athleticism, all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, because of Jokic's strength and his dad bod, okay, he is able to put him in his pocket and back him down. Okay, and every time that happens, it's a losing situation for AD because of his lack of strength against Jokic. Okay, now if AD plays off of him, then he has an advantage because of that length, and he has the athleticism, so he can slide, get his chest in the middle of him. He has his ability to contest, get his hand up, and his length and width alone, okay, is monstrous out there on the court. So that's why I feel like it is advantageous for us to put Rui out there on him. Because Rui's got the strength to cover Jokic, while AD sits over here on Aaron Gordon and floats and uses that length to go ahead and capitalize on Jokic having to think. Now, I'm not saying I don't want Jokic to think. Regardless, Jokic is going to do Jokic. He's going to get to the money no matter what, you guys. But if you can make him just take a second thought instead of reacting to the situation, I just feel like that's an opportunity for us to go ahead and continue what you saw in the fourth quarter.
So, I said I have Denver taking game 2. I do see LA taking it, but it's going to have to rely on LeBron driving to the basket.
Okay.
It's going to have to rely on AD coming out. He's going to have to do... He doesn't need to score 30.
No.
He can score 25. He's going to have to get rebounds.
Yes.
Defense. Going to have Rui step up, do a little bit more scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Reeves, he did good last night.
What do you think about D'Lo?
D'Lo, he has to step up. What he was doing after the game, taking them shots, You better have made them. You better make them tonight.
You heard what dude said about him, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so that dude, I think his name is Bruce Brown. So Bruce Brown is from Boston or from Massachusetts, somewhere around there. All right. No, nonetheless, okay. We all know, okay. They get it. They get it in up there. All right. They run their mouth good. They talk that smack, and I respect it. Been to some places with a few of those dudes. So I know some of y'all. I mean, so I can see that. But okay, that kind of swagger, okay, is not. I don't think it's gonna rub D'Lo the right way. I think D'Lo is gonna show up tonight. Now I anticipate that this young man, even though we're hearing a lot of things coming out of the locker room or out of the cracks in the hallways out there in LA or Mile High, wherever, we're hearing right now that D'Lo says if we don't start him, then we gonna lose him. He ain't gonna want to play no more. He ain't gonna want to be there. Well, listen, man. We don't deal well with the emotional stuff. First and foremost, okay, we are at a greater place in our lives. All right, like we all know LeBron at one point in time was on some emotional stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's not there anymore. All right, he might have used to be there. He's not really there no more. But listen, brother, I think D'Lo has to kind of give us a 20-point game. I think he has to. Like go ahead.
Another thing that you guys are going to need to do is you guys have to cut off passing lanes for Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
As a big man, 21 assists.
Yeah.
Or my bad, 14 assists. He had 21 rebounds. I read that wrong. But still, 14 assists, and the dudes that are guarding him are supposed to be good on. Y'all have to cut the passing.
Yeah, got to cut the lanes off, got to get to the boards.
Mm-hmm.
The only way we win tonight is if we get to the boards. So, quarter by quarter breakdown, just so y'all can hear it real quick. First quarter, LA averages 28.4 points a game. Denver averages giving up 28.1 points a game. Advantage LA. That means we're going to get to our money, man. Just saying our average, whenever you see in the law averages that our points are equal to the points of the other team, regardless of rank, that lets you know that they have the ability to score, okay, and get there. And I can give you the rest of them. You got a 29.3 for LA versus a 29 for defense for Denver in the second quarter. Then you got a 28.8 for LA in the third quarter versus a 28.1. Then in the fourth quarter, you got 29.1 versus 26.4. All in all, if you look on either way, whether Denver's on offense or LA's on defense, or LA's on offense and Denver's on defense, you're looking at a 116 to 115 average. Okay? Like, look, this is going to be a game. You're going to start to see a series. You got big men banging. Take the points. Take the under. If you don't take the under tonight, then there's a possibility for it to go, but I'm not seeing that, man. Look at how many points were just scored in the last game.
I'm taking the under.
You're taking the under 226 too. That's what I'm feeling.
The under. I'm also I'm going Denver with the favorite 5.5.
All right.
So
you mean you're going with LA getting the 5.5 against Denver? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well.
So another topic I have. Charles Barkley responded to a statement JJ Redick made on the Ja Morant.
We actually have a guest. Let's see what's up.
Whoa, what?
Hello.
What's going on, brother? Hold on, 1 second. Hold on. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, Faith?
I'm doing all right, man.
Hey, man. So you done caught us right here in the middle of this thing right here. We just got done talking a little LA. I'm sure you got something you would like to add to that before we move on from the LA versus Denver game tonight.
I said what I said. LA, money line. LA time. Yeah, money line. You know, I
Hold
feel
up.
like I feel like the adjustments that we made
Mm-hmm.
is something that we're gonna build on throughout this series. I think we're gonna take advantage of a lot of things that we've seen. So, LA man,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
So hold up. Let me hit you with another one then. Kendrick Perkins just got done going on live, man, and saying that if he's Draymond, he's trying to get to LA, and if he's LA, he trying to get Draymond. How do you
I'm
feel
saying,
about that? Because me personally, I don't need no Draymond. I don't need
I'm
triple
saying,
ones and triple
okay.
singles and all that. I don't
I
need
want to
all
ask
that.
you a question. They want Trayvon in LA.
I don't know if we want him, but I know Kendrick Perkins talking like he want them,
Well, they
and
might,
like there
they
might
might,
be a similar interest.
well, they might be looking for a bodyguard for LeBron. Someone to protect him while he's on the bench. But why would we go and get Draymond? He's not a 3-point shooter. We need shooters to spread the floor. We don't need Draymond in LA. We got people who know how to set picks.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a problem setting picks. I like the championship experience. I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that he got a winning like his heart, but I don't think him and LeBron attitude would even mesh.
No.
Like for real,
No.
I don't even know if they would even mesh together like that. That would be something to see. I don't know. I don't know the respect level between those dudes like that, but for just
Remember,
the way
They're
they
remember,
friends.
he is a
They
clutch.
are
He is a
friends.
clutch client. Okay, they are friends. They similar business interests.
I
They
okay.
do
would.
hang out.
I honestly, I have
Hey,
to disagree. I would have to say LA could use him. I could say him pushing AD and Rui Hachimura to the next step, which they need, because they, you see it all the time. They need that push. They shine
they
in
need that
moments.
toughness.
Mhm.
You mean the toughness?
Yeah,
They
Mhm.
need somebody to come and be the bulldog.
they need
I
that
Yep.
like that.
dog.
But at the same time, I understand. I understand, but it's like when you putting people together, it's like,
You got to measure the personality. If you don't
yeah, it's
measure the
like
personality of the individuals you're putting together, look, see, and I'm gonna
that.
give you an example. Face, I'm not just a natural born leader, but I'm a leader at my job. Okay,
Okay.
so you know that I have to deal with multiple personalities, 60 plus people at one time, and put together teams that will be successful to produce a production level that is required or requested by people that we can't control. So there could be you could have a high influx of units requested, or your production could drop. But 90% of the time, your production is going up. Okay, and when you are working on a corporation like I work for, and you got to put together all these different personalities, especially when everybody speaks a different language, which is exactly what a personality is a different language. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you could end up with a lot of mishaps, a lot of opportunities. I'm talking Tower of Babel type stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that is a recipe for failure in my eyes, just like it was when we had Westbrook, just like it was when we had what's his name, man, you know who I'm talking about.
Cause guess what? Now what he just said, he could push them to the next level. But what if they're giving you all that they have? Now you're gonna push them and make them feel like they gotta go
What
because
if
you're a
he's
statement fan to me that I can't fulfill.
What if he
You know,
barking at him? What if he barking at him and they don't respond well to the bark? That's
but
the
you gotta.
question you got to ask.
I'm gonna give you another Laker tandem that was like that. Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
But Shaq handled his business on the court, but his goofy antics used to get under Kobe's skin so bad because Kobe is a constant professional.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's always in kill mode. He's in mumble mode. So he couldn't understand what Shaq did some of the things that he was doing and but at the same time, you can't take the fact that Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA as far as
Yes.
dominance.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
won't say it's still, they changed the game because of him, but it's still those little times that he played and did certain things. So imagine LeBron attitude. He got like a spirit. He want to be everybody to be friendly.
Yeah.
He wants to be friends with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green don't share that same sentiment, and
Mm-mm.
maybe that'll get to, you feel what I'm saying? And you don't want
That'll and
a star player.
maybe
You don't
that'll
want your star
invoke.
player aggravated. You
Yeah,
don't want to aggravate your star player. Now, if LeBron and them welcome him and say, yeah, we want him, then okay, that's fine. But I just don't feel like you should just go and get him for what? Because he's on the down. He ain't really produced much, like numbers
not
wise. So what are you going to go and get him for at this stage of his career for? Like you say,
Second
the
round
leadership.
pick.
You might need a leadership out there, which is pivotal. It could be an instrument that you use, but these dudes so far in their careers, you got AD done been in the league. He's not no rookie. He
nah.
know what he can do and what he can't do.
Yep.
So if you need him to push him, then you need to get rid of AD. You know what I'm saying? If
Which
you
is
need,
another
and,
topic for after the season.
yeah.
Regardless of
But
if we get the
hey, he ain't
championship.
gonna let us down. He is not gonna let us down. He's not gonna let us down. AD is gonna find a way. He's gonna will, and we're gonna find a way to win, starting with this game tonight. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I just feel like, it's it's hard playing with certain players. You feel me? And
Yeah.
LeBron put that type of pressure on people. Cause I done seen other people when they leave him, they
Be
out they
nothing.
shell and they play lights out. So it ain't that. It's like because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to be the one making a mistake when you got a dude that's on his game and knows what's going on. That's like when I was working with you, Trey. I
Hmm.
didn't want to be the one messing up. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just
Yeah.
because you feel so. At the same time, it's like it's just pressure that sometimes you don't even necessarily put on people. They put on themselves because they know who they're around. So,
Yeah.
it could go either way. It's all about the chemistry. If they can put it together, that's gonna help us win. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Because you might see something that I can't see, and I
Yep.
can't say that you're wrong because I don't know that relationship. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because certain people he'll holler at on it, and then certain people he just like act like F you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know their relationship. So if LeBron them cool with it, and that might help because they do need some toughness sometimes.
Hmm.
And LeBron, they just got to get meaner. To me,
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as in the paint, you got to be an animal in the paint. You have to, you got to. Y'all got the advantage in that sense, man. LeBron, you are supposed to be the king. Be the king.
Yes.
Take control of the paint. You and Anthony Davis, Reed's a hell of a rebounder. He know how to put bodies on people. Y'all just start doing the small things, the intangible things. Body, box out, shit like that. Help
Hmm.
AD.
Look,
You know what I'm saying?
the
I see too many
the
people
box
not
out.
boxing out.
The box out is what the key was to the game and why we lost the game the last game because of the fact we couldn't put a body on a man. We
Hmm.
couldn't. We could not sustain our run. All right, that defense we were playing in order to catch up like we did. All right, when we were down by 25. Right, because I was watching like the first and second quarter. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to rewatch the highlights, rewatch the game. Okay, because I
Mm,
do, we work early and all that stuff. But
mm,
at the end of the day, from everything that I saw, even after reviewing all the film, all right,
mm.
it was the fact that we were not playing. We were playing defense, but then we weren't rebounding. So once you're not rebounding, if they miss the shot and they get another second opportunity, then that leaves you at a disadvantage. I believe the stat was 1 point for every possession they had. They averaged 1.3 or 1.2 points, and for every possession we had, we averaged zero point 0.9 points. And that was because there was a lot of semi-transition that was going on too, where they pushing the ball and pushing that rock down the court, and AD is around the free throw line, and he's going up to press Jokic, and instead of falling back a little bit and letting Jokic come to him, he trying to press Jokic, and Jokic either making a quick decision or he taking him to the cup, dunking on it, dog.
I see that was one of the rebounds that stood out to me when we made our run, and we
Hmm.
was like down like 3 points. We got him to miss the shot, and Aaron Gordon came and just Anthony Davis right there.
Yeah,
If you put a body on him, AD, you gotta find this man to put a
Hmm.
body on him. Like you say, he's not no slouch. Aaron
yeah.
Gordon is not a slouch. You know he's gonna ride the rim. He's looking
Hmm.
to come. So why not locate him, put a body on him, and rebound the ball? And that could have been a whole difference of the game. It's
Hmm.
just
Exactly.
small things like that that we missed. But I didn't miss it because I'm like, Joker is being contained. Hutchinson playing him pretty good for his body and keeping him out the paint at this time. Aaron Gordon came right out and rebounded. And the Davis, what you doing? He didn't get touched. How the hell did he get all the way to the basket without getting touched? This playoff basketball. You
For
can't
real.
it's playoff basketball.
Yeah.
Somebody got to put a body on somebody. It shouldn't be no, especially not a known rebound. You might let a guard
Do
shoot because they
something.
coming
You
from the
might let
top and you
Jamal
might
Murray
not see
slide.
it.
You might let Jamal Murray slide in there, but you can't let Eric Gordon,
That's what I'm
Mister
saying.
Get up there
These
and
the guys that
on
you
the
got to
world
rotate and put a.
and all that there. You can nah, dog. Listen, bro, you gotta respect his not only his tenacity, because Aaron Gordon is somebody who's an energy player. He's gonna come out and bring that dog every game as far as running around, diving for balls, and doing all that craziness.
Hey,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
I don't mean to cut you off. I know we talking about the basketball and everything like that, but how about them Bucks, baby?
Oh, baby. Hey,
How
hey,
about them Bucks?
hey.
I just had to get that in there.
Man, hold up, man. We got a lot to talk about them
Yeah,
Bucks
with
too.
that
Whether it
comment.
be the rebuilt offensive line, whether it be Baker Mayfield and contrast battle
Hey,
right now. I mean, like, there's a lot to talk about down here in Tampa.
I got to give a shout out to the Miami Heat the way they played, man. Jimmy
Yes.
Butler and all the guys, y'all played a hell of a game. I don't know if this is Vegas to get us to get us wrapped up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
they trying to stretch it out because I got that kind of theory in my mind. At
Exactly.
the end of the day, but I can't take away from them guys and the job that they did out there on that floor the other night. They impressed me. Jimmy Butler, man. Hey,
Hey,
you know what I
salute.
mean? And not only Jimmy, but because I'm gonna tell you one thing I like about Jimmy, he always give his guys credit.
Mm-hmm.
He always give his guys credit. So it's like when it's going good, like guys love to take on all the macho ass team,
Yeah.
but then when things go bad, you want to point the finger. I don't like those kind of things.
No.
Jimmy Butler ain't that kind of dude. He gonna take it on the chin. If it's his fault, it's his fault. If they ain't play good, we didn't play good enough, which is that's
Exactly.
how it's supposed to go. Because
Yep.
everybody's a team. It's a team sport. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? But at the end of the day, I like how y'all playing, and we're gonna see how it play out. Because I
I
already
mean,
told you, to me, Boston. I ain't gonna, because
yeah, I know. I already know. I know
if
you
you
talk. I know you think it's gonna
just,
be
just
Boston,
okay,
and
put it
you
like
ready.
this. We're gonna put it like this. Put all the players in the Boston in the and put them in the, as they are weapons. If you
Yeah.
put them in there and you put Miami in a how
Yeah.
many and you got to go
Hmm.
to war. You need to fight your
How
way
many
out of something.
weapons you got?
How many
That's,
weapons you got?
yeah.
You feel?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got to go with what makes
Look,
sense to me in that situation.
and we agree on that. We agree on that. It's going to go seven, bro. It's gonna go seven.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
that
dog fight.
that
Like, it's back and forth.
hey, they gotta get their money out of everybody loves an underdog story. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So what better way to get the money out the people? They're
Hmm.
hey, but I'm gonna hold that thought 'cause
Hey, and
I don't
hold
want them
up.
to switch it.
Why you talk about everybody like an underdog story? That's why everybody's gonna like and subscribe to this video. Because every single person in this video is an underdog. We done came from nothing and we finna turn to something. It's been a long, long time coming, man. Appreciate you watching. Definitely
Yes,
hit the
sir.
like. But back to what you talking about, dog.
Yeah, it's like hey man, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this game tonight. It's like I'm in the stadium. Like
Hey, look,
cause
man.
I really want to tell people to money line the Lakers. You know what I mean? Cause when I seen that game, it was up 24 points. It was up 14 points late, and it still came down to LeBron turning the ball over in a
Mm-hmm.
critical point of the game,
Yep.
not getting back on defense because he
Yep.
could have at least fouled the guy or whatever.
Done
But
something.
it still came down to the 6 points with them 3 pointers where he shot from half court, and then the other one with Jamal Murray just
Yeah.
threw it up, and it went in. So it still was like y'all could have been beat on a lot of. So I like LA tonight, man. I think we're gonna be locked and loaded. We know we have to steal one of them. We didn't get the first one. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
we played hard enough to get the first one. You know what I mean? I'm a Laker
Man, look,
fan, die hard Laker
Denver
fan,
played Denver
and I don't
played the
feel like we
best
played
game.
hard enough.
Denver played the best game they could possibly play. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that
And they were
was
still in
lights out,
danger.
and they still was
They
in
were still
danger.
in danger.
So when shit like that happens, man, you got to understand that the Lakers in town, and we coming for heads, dog. We going straight up the mile
Town,
high
baby.
mountain, and we
It's time for another crown in Town.
yes
That's what
sir.
I said. It's time
Hey.
for another crown. Hey, Boston, you better take care of the Heat. You know what I mean? You better take care of the Heat, cause hey, if you ain't there, we gonna that's a cakewalk. I ain't gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Buckets. If you come to LA, it's a cakewalk.
It's a cakewalk, brother.
We're gonna eat you. We're gonna eat
Yes.
you, son.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Hey, I'm saying, what you gonna? Who you gonna come with, Bam?
Nah. What you
Huh?
gonna do with Bam? What is Bam gonna do against
Hey,
AD?
hey,
What is Bam gonna do? What's Bam gonna do against Rui Hachimura? Okay, that's what I want to know. What's Bam gonna do against Rui? All right, because Rui been stepping his game up, dog, since we done came over here, man. You know what I mean?
who?
Rui,
Hachimura.
the Japanese Jordan. That's who.
Hey,
Japanese
every
Jordan.
player. I feel like every player that we went and got at different points in times has produced and helped us get to the point that we at. That was a hell of a trade by the Lakers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was a hell of a trade by the Lakers because you went from the bottom to the top. Now we here. You know what I mean? You went from the bottom. Cause I ain't know what was going on. I like, goddamn, LeBron, you need to go. Now,
Yes, sir.
and it just needed the
Mm-hmm.
people around him. He needed to change a few people around him, get him some fresh young legs that could run and defend.
Yeah.
You know, people who
And
got a high basketball IQ.
IQ.
You know what I mean? So I feel like we because every player, Lonnie Walker, Hachimari, Reeves,
Uh,
uh,
what you call it?
every everybody like
Jared Vando. Don't can't forget Vando.
yeah, he was playing hell of a defense. You know,
Uh,
it's like everybody contributed to get us to this point.
Hold up,
We
I got
didn't
a
have them
question.
pieces, so
Do we bring does Troy Brown and Lonnie Walker start getting a little bit more playing time? Because Lonnie Walker got some game playing time last night or the last game, but he really didn't get fed the ball like he had in previous series. Do we see some
but
more Lonnie Walker right now, or is it gonna be strictly
hey, I just feel
LeBron
like
and
Lonnie Walker.
Austin Reeves?
I just feel like all those guys need to be ready when they called on, and when it's time to get out there, just go out there and be a professional. I understand you human, you want to get some burn, but hey, when it's time for you to do it, just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker
Mm-hmm.
earned those minutes, man. They
Yep.
ain't giving him nothing. I don't want to say that he earned those minutes. He made the tough shots when he needed to make them. He helped get us out that last series. So I feel like everybody should get a chance when they took advantage of the opportunity they was given. So I feel
Now
like
is the
he earned
time.
those.
Yeah.
Huh?
Now is the time. Now is the time.
But
Now, hold up. I do have one more question, dog, before we end this, man. Because there was some breaking news a second ago about John Moran.
So, Charles Barkley responded to something JJ Redick said yesterday, where JJ Redick said Josh shouldn't face any trouble because he's in a legal gun state, and he's compared it to mayors who promote guns and then there go on to be mass shootings in their states. And Chuck went and said that's nothing to compare that to. He is a NBA player. When you join the NBA, you give up certain rights.
hey,
You
Yeah.
that you don't give up. Charles Barkley is man. I want to even curse on this podcast, but Charles Barkley is a bitch. He need to
Yeah.
mind his business. If he's in a legal gun state, is he's a kid, man. He ain't not a kid, but what? What? Like, come on, Bogdan. It's a whole bunch of other shit you can speak on. You should have speak on Brett Favre when he was robbing all the people in Mississippi with the shit he was doing. That's what you should have spoke on, Barkley. Since you always want to like do that, like, come on, man. That was a mistake he made. Hopefully, he learned from his mistake. Like,
Hmm.
you gonna keep battling this man, and he really ain't do shit like that. He
Now,
just doing what all the dudes his age is doing.
here's what
Because
I'm
he's an
sitting at.
NBA player, he gives up his right to be who he is. He gives us his right to make mistakes.
Here's
You
where I'm
should have
sitting.
talked
Hold
to.
up.
You
Let
should
me
have called that.
let me help you out
You should
here.
have called John Morant personally and
Let me
talked to him
let me
instead of getting in the
exactly.
media trying to bash the dude, man.
That exactly. I couldn't agree
Make him.
more. But also, I wanted to say this. Remember, you talking about Mister.
He's a
I'm not a
face.
role model. Remember, that is Mister. I'm not a
Yeah.
role model, brother.
Now I'm not
You
necessarily
old enough, and I'm old
agreeing
enough to
with.
remember that.
I'm not.
I'm not
I'm not
agreeing
necessarily.
with either side of them. Is what I'm saying. I'm not agreeing with JJ Redick. What he said that was completely wrong. Okay, first and foremost, you should not be speaking as if this man is out here shooting people and committing and has anything to do with that. But at the same time, Charles Barkley, as a African American in this country who has played in the NBA, yes, when you're in a union, you do give up certain things, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, you should be pulling up on this young man because this is not the first time this situation has occurred. All right, you should have
So
been
this
pulled
something
up on
new.
this young man in person, not on the phone. Pull up on him, talk to him, try to because look, if I can go out to juvenile prisons and
Now
speak
wait a
at
minute.
juvenile prisons to kids that I don't know,
Sure.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
yes,
Hold on. Hold on.
He
Hold on.
didn't
Hold
know
on.
what happened again.
Oh. So hold on. John Morant did something else.
this is the second time.
I'm saying it's something new.
Yeah, this new.
What he do?
He
Oh,
was on his homeboy's IG live waving his gun in the car this time.
again,
Listening to the young boy.
and his homeboy was live, right? His homeboy was live on IG, and his homeboy didn't know that he was gonna pull the gun out, so he was out there live on IG riding, listening to
But
NBA Young.
he cloud chasing his homeboy cloud chasing. Why the fuck you
Exactly.
got your camera out? Cause you with him?
Yep. Exactly. Well,
Come
who
on,
need
man.
to know? Who need to know you with him?
Listen, but John. Hey, John, get yourself together, man. Just
Hold
get
up
yourself
now. Let me
together,
drop
brother.
some more jewels on you, man. So one of the leaders of the Rolling 60s Crips done went national, stepped out, and not only did he go on his TikTok, but he also talked to Keyshawn Johnson, which is his homeboy that he grew up with, to go on, make sure Keyshawn went on ESPN and brought it up too and told him, man, look, we do not appreciate you with all the gang signs and the flagging and this and that and the third. You ain't a part of the set. You don't bang, and you ain't a gangster. Okay, and if you keep jumping out there, we're gonna treat you like a gangster.
Well, I don't think his well-being need to be threatened, but
I don't think so
I
either,
think they
but
just need
that
to.
that's
I
the
think
point
they
he's
just need to
taking it
pull
to
up on
right
him.
now.
But he's a young man. He got money. He got the wrong influences around him. So
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all need to. They need to focus because I don't agree with his actions. I'm not saying, but the way y'all going and trying to you threaten this man, that's not going to.
That's not
If
gonna get him to stop it either.
if y'all pull up on it, hey Keyshawn, could you get this? Could you give me John's number? They could get his number. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? Call this man personally and don't let him hear this shit in the media if you really care.
Yep.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? It's like
If you ain't clout chasing,
it's the way that you get
if
to
you
these
ain't clout
kids.
chasing,
Exactly. And his homeboys, that's why I say all that. Come on, man, that camera shit. Why you around this man and trying to? How he didn't know you was recording? You supposed to tell him, boy, I'm live.
yep,
Bro, I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
live.
exactly.
Not
Not just go.
You
Yeah.
feel me? I'm just saying, for real, it's like, why would you do that? You know, y'all probably drinking or whatever you're doing.
Oh, you
You
definitely,
know us
they definitely
you
turned
know
up,
us
Mm-hmm.
as a
dog.
pop. Hey, if I'm cool with you, Trey, I know
Hmm.
if you get or whatever, and I know you got a gun, you like to pull it out. I'm not gonna be sitting here recording this shit.
Oh yeah, nah,
But
yeah,
I know
dog.
what you
You know
liable
what
to
I
do
like to
at any
do.
time.
I'm at any point in time gonna pull that thing out. I'm gonna be dancing with it like John Morant was, as if I was John Morant. That's what I'm saying. Like that's not a situation to where an individual should. I should always be thinking for the people I'm with, and the people I'm with. I hope
Exactly. I
people
don't want
I'm with.
nobody
I
to.
hope at times think about me and think for me. Okay, because at the end of the day, when you think as a community, brother, you're able to make it a lot further. Two heads is better than one. One head will always get you done. Big
Yeah,
facts.
that's like, hey. I didn't know. I didn't even know it was a new incident. I was
Yeah.
just going on like I thought it was. I was like, they still talking
Nah,
about Trump.
dog. This is a
Nah.
new one, brother. This is a new one, man. That's what makes it. They finna
Hey,
suspend him. They talking about suspending him for 25 to 40 games, non unpaid.
but
Okay,
listen,
Nike.
listen,
Nike
listen.
came out. Nike already
I don't
came out and took
understand.
his shoe off the shelf.
I don't understand what he don't understand about this. They always say like you live by the gun, you die by the gun, because it's the energy that you're gonna bring.
Yes,
You feel what I'm saying? You bringing a certain energy to yourself. Slow down, man. You know what I mean? Slow down. Just
facts.
live your life. Enjoy your life. You in a blessed situation. Take advantage of that, man. There's a lot of dudes where you trying to go and be, they're not trying to be that. You know
Hold
what I mean?
up.
They backwards.
The only reason they can even get into half of the places that they're into right now is because they are accompanied by a job.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Yeah.
lifestyle that they experience right now is because they are accompanied by a job. Like none of the things that they're experiencing would be happening in their lives if it wasn't for job.
But well, guess what? So they supposed to be protecting John. Hey Travis, you
Exactly.
don't need listen, give me that. You don't have no reason to
With
even have no gun. If
facts.
we go into places like that, we ain't going. We gotta have a gun to go to those places. We're not going. And if we do have to have guns, we're gonna have the guns.
Yep.
You
Mm-hmm.
cause somebody with a level head, if you like to pull guns out when you get drunk and shit, you not holding no gun around me.
Hell
I
no.
don't care if you
Never
could be
that. I
security.
can't.
If you
Yeah.
get drunk and pull your gun out your holster
I
around
can't be
me, it
around you.
won't be security long.
Mm.
Cause them bullets don't have a name on it. And if you that careless and reckless just to pull it out because the song make you hyper or some stuff like that, I don't want you around me with no gun.
R.I.P. What's his name? Takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how he went out. That's exactly how he
Mm-hmm.
went out, man. R.I.P. Takeoff, man.
It's
So
it's it's, it's,
I
it's
have a
sad.
I have another topic to branch off something you said, how Nike already took Ja's shoe
Oh,
off their app.
yep.
Was Nike wrong for replacing Kyrie Irving with Ja, letting Kyrie go and replacing him?
I mean that's a business.
I think so.
Anything that's a business is, especially when it's that big of a business, when you're talking corporate and you're talking all that type of stuff there, man, it's honestly a time and a place for everything. And you can't be the dude who is on the supposed to be the face of the NBA, okay, or future face of the
But guess
NBA, and out here pulling guns and doing all the foolishness. You can't. You can't. Now, I honestly feel like you have the right to do whatever the hell you want to, because this is when then that's if you are not a felon. Okay, if you're not a felon, then yeah. But if you're a felon, you
you
got the
should have,
right to do what you want to do.
but they should have enough sense to understand their situation, man. Dude, you blessed. You know what I mean? You blessed.
Hmm.
What's the cause for all this, man? Y'all say rappers don't even want to be rappers.
Nah.
Rappers don't even want to be rappers. So why are you trying to live like these dudes, man? They telling you this shit ain't real. It's not real. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, oh, I'm real. I'm real. What is real? Be real with yourself. I'm an NBA player. I got millions of dollars. I got deals all over the place. Why the hell I'm gonna be jeopardizing all that for what? To say I'm still real, you're not being real, bro. Be real with yourself. Be real with those who need you to stay on track, man. That's what you need to be real with, because the streets, that shit ain't real. You got rats everywhere. New York, big rats running around everywhere.
Very well.
Why are you trying to be out there acting like that's something to be in part of, man? That's not. We need to start going to jail, don't make you real, or none of that. So y'all stop chasing these dreams, these dudes feeding y'all the rap shit. Cause every rapper I know will tell you they say, I'm not a rapper. So stop chasing this music and all this craziness, man. Y'all need to live your lives, enjoy life. If a dude gave you a $50 million Rolex or something like that, you'll cherish it and think he gave you the world.
Hmm.
God gave you the gift of life, man. Y'all need to cherish that. God gave you the gift of life. Cherish that.
Exactly.
All these materials, y'all
All
going
that's
to
gonna come
jail.
and go, bro. That's gonna come and
Mm-hmm.
go. You ain't gonna be able to take it with you. You're gonna try to pass it on, but if you pass it on to the wrong person, they're gonna squander it. You know what I mean?
But guess
So
what? A man's true riches come from within.
Yep.
Because any other riches that you build in life is gonna be left. You can't take none of that with you. You can't enrich nobody's life with pure money, just money.
Facts.
You can make them happy for a while, but it takes more than money to enrich a person. Your life, you feel what I'm saying? A
Mm-hmm.
man's true riches come from within. That's just like a woman. Her true beauty comes from within. The essence of a woman is what makes her beautiful.
Big
Not all
facts.
the way up vanity, her physical features.
Mm-mm.
It's the essence of this woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So stop chasing this shit thinking that's gonna make you more than who you are. You already gonna be who you are. Just enrich your life and enrich those around you. And it don't take money. Everybody know you have to have money to survive in this world. But don't do anything to get it, man, and thinking it's gonna make you more than what you are. That shit ain't gonna make you nothing but a sucker with money. If you a
Exactly.
sucker, you gonna be a sucker.
And
You
man,
get what I'm
what they
saying?
say,
So
a fool with money is soon to part, man.
yeah, yeah, you gonna
Fool with
build up
money is soon to
build up
part.
for the righteous. You gonna build up the riches for the righteous. Cause it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get in the hands of the people who supposed to have it.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Where my lighter?
On the
All
floor by your
right,
foot.
well, man, look, I honestly feel like this was one of the best episodes we have recorded thus far, brother. Real talk. You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
get better and better. It's gonna get better and better. We're gonna get deep. I'm gonna start doing my studies. I'm gonna start breaking down the numbers. You know,
Hey, look, just for all y'all out there, just so you know, we do have more than just basketball coming. We got
Mm-hmm.
NFL talk. We got boxing. All right. We got baseball. All right. We do it all here. We're gonna be
and
doing
we
the
got
NBA draft coming up and covering all of the youngsters coming out in the NBA draft. We're gonna do at least the top 25 players coming out. We got
and all y'all and all those who following the sports podcast. Don't we got unbound wisdom? We
yes,
really want to target young men of all ages, races, but we want young men, somebody that know that we can help try to guide a little bit with the things that we've experienced in life and give y'all a clearer path.
be
So we
on the
got
look.
unbound knowledge coming too.
Yep, be on
Unbound
the
wisdom,
lookout
I
for
think.
that. That is coming to you very, very soon, man. To a theater near you, man. Please like and subscribe once you get hit with that. I'm telling you, jewels for days. A lot of giving back. We work with a couple of or several nonprofits, A1 opportunities. We be out there in Tampa doing our thing, giving to the homeless, free haircuts, free clothes, free showers. Okay, we do a little bit of everything, man. We also have
We
a
got to get
home.
into this humanitarian work. Everybody's so busy trying to tear the world up and tear each other up. We need to start trying to build each other up, man. Stop. I'm talking about the fabric of America. Everybody who works together. It don't go. It don't matter your race or none of this, man. We've got a certain group that we need that needs more help than, but at the same time, it's not limited to. So anybody that wants to help other people, we advise y'all to get involved, man. Just get involved. If it's just in your community, get involved, man, and don't just turn your back on these kids and say they it ain't no help for them. If it ain't no help for them, it ain't no help for you.
Big
You know what I
facts.
mean? If you can't see no hope in these kids, we don't see no hope in you because we the ones before them.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta reach back because they seeing it.
Yep.
They down at a number where they could have went to war.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they down out here in the street, they could have
It
actually been in Iraq and probably been safer. So
been
we need to make
been
our street.
been a
We need
million
to make it
times
safer
safer.
for our kids out here, man. We need to
Exactly,
make it
man.
safer for our kids out here, man. It
Listen,
ain't even for us. You
you
get what I'm
can't
saying?
you can't raise a child without a community, man. It take a village, man. I don't care what you say or how you feel about it. My my outlook on life has always been each one teach one. Everybody reach their hand out and help the man next to him, and we will all succeed. All right.
Right,
So
right.
at the end of this, man, I just want to say peace. Everybody have a blessed night. Enjoy the game. Definitely take the Lakers money line. Take the money. Game going under.
Lakers,
All right.
Lakers.